What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I've been talking a little bit about a new car for next year. I got to get lighter. A lot of these cars that we're racing, I mean, there's no weight limits. So my car is, with the steel doors on it, probably 3,200, 3,250 pounds. With the fiberglass carbon fiber doors, it's still heavy. It's 3,100 pounds with the weight in the back to make it work, to get the scale right. So we got to get lighter. So we got to do what everybody else has done. We got to start from scratch, and we're building a car. So let me show you real fast what we're doing. This car should be pretty lightweight, and it should be some pretty good parts in it, I'm hoping. But we're going to end up taking my motor and transmission out and sticking it in this car. But I'm hoping, my goal is to get about 500 pounds off the car. If I'm successful in doing that, the car should be pretty fast. So let's see what happens. Don't forget, go to turbojohnracing.com. We've got till the end of the month, October. Every t-shirt or hoodie you buy, you get entered to win that Hans device. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, so Zach went and bought this car, and it's a little bit more work than what he's looking for. He got a great deal on it, but looking at it, it is going to take some work, and it's something that, you know, we're just going to have to do. This front end stuff is going to be on his car. He bought another car to replace this one. But you can see this car was a back half car, and it had some type of roll cage in it to start with, and they just cut it out. And so we got a great starting platform here. We got another floor we're going to put in it. It's going to get probably either a 25.5 or a 25.2 chassis. It does have factory firewall up there, so that's going to stay. So we're going to keep that because a lot of our classes, you know, require that. So we'll put we'll build the structure. We'll put build the floor structure. Then once the floor structure is built, we'll build the roll cage, and then we'll put the floor back in it. Or we may put the floor in it first and then build the roll cage around it. But it will have factory floor, and it will have factory firewall. It's gonna have a one-piece fiberglass front end. I've already got that. My carbon fiber doors that I got are gonna go on here. These glasses will probably come out. And this thing is fully tubbed. So this is a full back half car. So everything, you know, from the door jambs back there, you know, got cut out in here. You can see they've already got it mostly lightened up some. I mean, all this is, you know, aftermarket steel. And this is an older car, so it's going to be a little heavier than the new chromoly stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff is not using this anymore. But this is what we're going to keep. We're definitely going to keep this back half structure here. This is a ladder bar car, so it's probably going to remain a ladder bar. I am going to get in there and, you know, chop out some of the weight through here, all through the floor, up through the top. There's a lot of weight that can come out of this thing. Probably get the carbon fiber or either Lexan quarter windows. We'll chop all this stuff off, finish. This was just an old milestone car. It's probably a bracket car. But it's going to work great for what I want to do. So I'm super excited. So I'm getting the rear end with this one is a 9-inch rear end. It's shortened. It's got 40 spline axles already in it. There again, it's older stuff, and, you know, so it's a little heavier. It's not as lightweight as it could be, but it's going to work. I am super excited. A lot of, you know, ladder bars are one of those things a lot of people don't think are a good idea, but the point is, ladder bars have been around forever, and you can make a ladder bar car work very good. There are very, very fast cars on ladder bars. One of the things, though, the instant center location, you've only got 4 adjustments here. You got the 1, 2, 3, 4. That is your instant center location. I don't know how long these bars are. They're either 32 or 36 inches long, but that is the instant center location. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and probably weld some doublers on this. You can see it had these smaller holes, the 5/8 holes, but the bars that it come with are 3/4 inch bolt holes. So we'll have to make those holes bigger, and then I'm gonna weld some doublers on it just to make sure that we got plenty of room. Although that's a piece of looks like 1/4 inch steel instead of the flimsier stuff. It might be 3/16. I'll measure it, but it's gonna get doublers on it so that we can have good luck there. So it'll have a steel floor, like I said, steel firewall. It's got this Scott Rod dash up in there. All this stuff is gonna stay the same. This is a great starting platform. You know, there's weeks worth of work to get it to this location, to this point, so it's just gonna be easier for me. The body's pretty straight, you know, steel, all steel, quarter panels. It's got a VIN number on it. It's got a VIN tag. I mean, it's a real car, so it's one of those things. It is definitely going to be much, hopefully, better than what I had. We'll put, you know, Lexan in the front. So you can see up here too, they've got this old box tubing. I'll probably cut this box tubing off and just do round tube on that, so that will save some weight. since we want to get some of the weight off of the nose. But they have reinforced the strut towers here. So the strut towers have been reinforced. You see it's got a little bit of extra weight, a little bit of extra plate on it, which is a good thing. It's not bad. So we'll see what's going to hopefully be pretty good. This car may have been in an accident at some point. You can see the front frame rail over there is kind of kinked up a little bit, but that's not terrible. So we might have to put it on a jig and make sure it's straight. When we build the car, the guy that's going to do my chassis work, Mike Richardson, he'll put it on a jig, make sure everything's straight. We'll get the Kmember and everything up in there. But this is going to be exciting. This is going to be fun. Let me show you the rear end real fast. So this is the rear end we got. It's 9-inch rear end, fabricated center section. It looks like. I mean, it's older. You know, it's mild steel, I'm sure. It has been shortened. It's got 40 spline axles in it, 5/8 studs. We'll get these wheels from Zach too. These race stars. So but you can see they're very short. So they tuck way up in on the car. Great big ladder bars, chassis engineering. This stuff's big. It's got the anti-roll bar we're going to stick back on there. So I already got this stuff already done. So this is a nice anti-roll bar. I might stick a slide of tube in this anti-roll bar and double it just to get it nice and make sure it welded on the end, make sure it's nice and sturdy, give it a little bit more support. That may or may not happen. It may not be needed since they're so close. It's got an aluminum center section in it already. It's supposed to have a 390 gear in it, or no, 373 gear in it. So we'll see. I don't know. The thing with the ladder bar though, you know, we talk about spread when you're, you know, on the bars, the lower bar and the upper bar. And you see the upper bar is, I mean, it's right on the rear end. So you don't have much leverage, but the instant center point is up here. This is your instant center location. And so when you have that short of an instant center, you know, that's probably 36 inches long. You know, sometimes that's really good, especially like for a radial. If you move that instant center location way up, it will really separate. Jason Tyson back in the day, he had on radials. He had it working great. I think Jimmy Boyd in one of their cars, it was ladder bar, and you know, it went really super fast. Going to get the brakes with it, so it's got aerospace brakes on the back. This is a nice setup. This is going to work great for what I'm trying to do. This really should make me a little more competitive. These are just old drag radials. These are the big ones, 29.5. This is like the Slick, other than it's not a W. I mean, that's a big, tall tire. And you can see that sidewall. When you get all that sidewall in it, that's really what makes the car work good. We'll take my, definitely off of my car. I'm going to be salvaging parts off of my car. My car is going to lose the back shots, the front struts, motor, transmission, of course. Probably, I don't know what I'm going to do for Kmember stuff yet. I might try to go ahead and get an Outlaw style Kmember. And what the Outlaw, so let me show you what that does. So this is his car, the street car that he's going to be using to replace, to build his car. But you see, he's going to have a factory, this is the factory Kmember here, of course. But this part right here goes under the motor, and it's kind of aggravating. So Team Z and there's a couple other companies that make aftermarket Kmembers. They call them Outlaw Kmembers. Basically what it does, this piece right here comes forward, and it comes up almost close to the sway bar and then goes back. And what that does is that just allows you to be able to work on the motor, pull the pan without the Kmember and steering stuff being in the way. The problem is this is a little more expensive. You have to run a different type of rack. The angle of the rack, since the rack is so far forward, the bars are pretty far, you know, angled back. So we got to decide. I'm gonna have to decide what we're going to do there. I don't know if it's going to get the Outlaw Kmember yet or not. It may or may not. It's something I can always add later. All right, guys. Well, this is it. This is our new car. Hopefully I can get it done over the winter. We got to pull the motor out, pull the transmission out. I need to put new rods in the engine that's in my car. So that's got to happen too. But overall, man, I am super excited. I am super excited. It's gonna have a fiberglass deck lid on it. We'll build a wing off the back, of course. Get Brian to do us a wing on it. Battery will, you know, mount right back here in the back. I mean, this is going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait. This is going to be so cool. It's going to be so fun to have a car that is purpose built. You know, that when it started, the goal was to be a race car and not to be a street car or a street strip car, but a full-blown race car. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. I'm super excited. Zach hooked me up. I'm glad that, I mean, I hate that he decided not to build this one. I mean, because this was a, you know, great car for him too. But it's just a little more than what he's interested in doing right now. So I'm glad I was able to take it. All right, guys, y'all comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see y'all soon. Later.